distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to welcome you to the 2022 Nigerian Annual International Conference and Exhibition.
Seplat were driven by our core values and also driven by the belief that energy transition is real.
Looking forward to next year, we see that the oil and gas demand will come back above the levels of the pre-pandemic, which is very good news for our industry, but we are not prepared. We have underinvested in oil and gas, and this is the reason for those prices.
I agree Nigeria is blessed with gas, so 200 TCF of gas discovered, there's 600 TCF undiscovered. It's been a very long journey, and the reason is not far-fetched. 2010, when Seplat started, gas was still not really a very attractive place to put money, but we saw that the future was going to be gas. And then we started with the expansion of the Oben gas plant, and then phase 1, phase 2, and then from 10 cents per thousand scoff or 10 cents per MMBTU, today we were selling gas at somewhere between $2.5 to $3.50. So it's come off a little bit. If you're able to take gas to Asia today, to Japan, China, you can actually sell gas at around 10, 20. In fact, the peak of oil price crisis, gas LNG sales was around $20, $30 per MMBTU. So there's a whole lot of money to be made out of gas, but it's just that it's a bit complex. Then you look at the Nigerian power dilemma today. So we have 12 gigawatts of installed capacity, and then what gets to all of us is about 3.5, right? But Nigeria uses over 50 gigawatts of power, from what I understand. So the gap to potential is massive. So what it means is that from that 3.5 gigawatts you get to the 50 we're using, that gap is filled with either diesel generator or filled with petrol gen and all that, all sorts of very terrible high carbon intensity source of energy. So that's where we see that value from a Seplat point of view. We started looking into the future to say, okay, find a lot of challenges here, above ground risk. Investors weren't interested, but if you can make world-class investment case and make a compelling business argument out of it, you're able to attract finance. And that's what Seplat did. We went to London, told a story and how we're trying to power energy transition in Africa with gas as a big part of that component. And we're able to raise finance. So we raised a $350 million bond some years ago. We raised $650 million bond just last year. And just like, is it Dio, right? We're saying for ANO, we're also able to raise financing from ANO. ANO is a $700 million investment, debt, equity, I think it was 60-40%. So if you can make a very credible argument around the case that, look, Africa will go through a complete different path when it comes to energy transition, you're able to get a very good, attractive investors who are willing to come in to bring money. But people want to bring in money, they want to get their money out. So you need good corporate governance. You need a very clear strategy. You also got to be able to tell them how you want to manage the country risk. The biggest problem today for financing is the sovereign bond is almost so high that higher than even what it takes to raise finance in Russia. So gas for us is quite strategic. It's got a huge potential for us. That's why we're taking it very seriously.